Hey guys, this is Melanie Daly, your back pain personal trainer. I'm feeling a little fired up right now and I'm about to have a session with one of my clients, but I was feeling so fired up that I just kind of wanted to go on a rant, and I'm sort of thinking maybe this will become a thing if we enjoy it. I know I'll enjoy it, but hopefully you will. So I just am feeling really fired up about the fact that there's so much misinformation out there about back pain and back health and what to do. I mean, the biggest thing is that, are we helping people by telling them that their spine looks like that of a 75-year-old when they're 25? Are we helping people by telling them if they should really be careful because if they step off of a curb wrong, that could, cause their back to go out on them? What is that fear doing? Is that helpful? Is that productive? Or does that fear actually change their movement patterns and therefore actually exacerbate the issue? I'm going to say yes. I think you knew that I knew the answer to that one. It's not that fear, it's all in your head and pain is in your head. The pain is real, but then why do we have to make it persist by telling someone, instilling this fear in them that literally changes their movement patterns? Do you think that someone will move differently if they're told, hey, if you step off a curb wrong, you could throw out your back? I don't think they're going to be walking around freely, nice and loosely, moving all their muscles and joints. I think they're going to be pretty tight and guarded and in this protective state. And then when you're in this protective state, now you have stress hormones pumping through you because you're worried, you're anticipating it. Again, you're in this protective survival state. And then when you're in that protective state, now your body is actually even more vulnerable to pain because pain is a protective mechanism. So when we're in this elevated nervous system state, this fight or flight, we're more vulnerable to pain because our pain is actually our body's way of trying to protect us and be like, hey, we need to change things here. Things aren't working. Let's shake things up. Can you give me some good movement here? Let's change things. We don't like how things are going. So it becomes this vicious cycle by telling someone that they have a herniated disc, they have degeneration, their spine looks like that of an 80-year-old's. It creates this cycle of fear, dysfunctional movement patterns, avoidant movement, stress, then more protective pain, and then more pain and fear, and again, and you keep going and keep going and keep going. And the crazy part is that there's so much information out there, and that has been out there, but it was cast aside in light of MRIs and surgeries that doctors could get money for and injections. There's so much information out there that shows that people without pain, the majority of people without pain actually have degeneration in their spine, herniated discs. So one study in particular that I remember that stands out in my mind among many, from Catherine Jacobson Rahman's book, Crooked. Definitely check that out. It has so many crazy statistics on this stuff. But it shows that in a study of 67 people without pain, 90% of them had degeneration in their spine. More than a third had herniated discs, and I know there's another number out there too, but crazy. I mean, 16-year-olds have degeneration in their spine. It's a common thing that we see in the spine. And now instead we're pointing to an MRI because that gives us something to point to as an authority, and scaring the crap out of people, telling them that their spine is falling apart, and then it feeds this vicious cycle. So the biggest thing that we can do for people is re-educate them on where their pain really is coming from. That's a whole other rant. And give them this confidence and trust back in their body so that they can keep moving rather than avoiding movement, rather than guarding themselves and again feeding into that vicious cycle. So just educating people on actually the back is really resilient, really strong. I mean, yes, there is a physical aspect to this of, okay, you lifted something really heavy and maybe you don't do that very often, inflammation, so your soft tissue wasn't used to that. So yeah, the soft tissue probably tore a little bit, needs to reheal. Those fibers need to reheal, needs some time. But then we need to start encouraging that movement right away rather than saying, ooh, looks like you slipped a disc, you should stop moving. I mean, we know movement is medicine. Movement is the best thing for the body. So the worst thing we can tell someone is to stop moving and that they have this serious injury. And show people that the back is resilient. Again, you can have that soft tissue injury, but it's going to heal. And then we need to start getting back to movement and giving your body the movement that it is craving, and that keeps pain at bay. So that was my rant for today. I'm feeling really fired up and excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This might be a fun little format, so let me know what you guys think. And no, I'm not driving because this would be dangerous. So I'm seated right now. But let me know what you guys think, and I look forward to ranting with you again. Thanks a lot.